People that took bodybuilding to the extreme. Mustafa Ismail. Mustafa Ismail is the controversial 2013 Guinness World Record holder for biggest biceps at 31 inches in diameter, which is about the average size of a human waistline. According to Ismail, he doesn't abuse any steroids or other drugs, but it is rather weird to see his arms in comparison to the rest of his body, which is proportional and of average size. Mustafa claims to eat about 7 pounds of protein each day, but the fitness community accuses him of injecting oil known as synthol directly into his arms. Greg Valentino. Greg Valentino, also known as the man whose arms exploded, is one of the least liked people in the bodybuilding world. He represents a world where bodybuilders completely depend on drugs, steroids, and synthetic oil injections in order to make their body look bigger. Valentino went too far and made his arm literally burst. His bicep got severely infected from a dirty needle, so he attempted to perform surgery on himself by cutting it open and draining the blood. Valentino has also been in and out of rehab and jail for the possession, distribution, and usage of steroids. Gary Hyming. Gary Hyming was an Australian bodybuilder who was competing in the IFBB competition in Victoria, Australia in 2009. Hyming had a heart attack and collapsed on stage during his set. Despite officials performing CPR, Hyming was pronounced dead at the hospital. What was even crazier was that the competition continued after Hyming was taken to the hospital. Hyming's death was another dark cloud over the bodybuilding world and the health factors associated with supplement and drug abuse. Sally McNeil. Sally McNeil got into bodybuilding after she served in the Marine Corps. Her husband Ray was also involved in the sport. However, Sally's body and mind didn't react well to the massive amount of steroids and testosterone that she was ingesting daily. She became prone to having what is known as roid rage, much of which resulted in several different people being beaten. Sally also dropped a 70-pound weight on her husband's car. In April of 1996, Sally shot Ray to death in the chest and is currently serving a life sentence. Marcus Rule. Marcus Rule currently has the biggest shoulders in bodybuilding history and is believed to be one of the strongest as well. Rule trained for 5 years for his first competition and became quite the success in the fitness world. However, in 1999 he was disqualified from the Mr. Olympia competition after testing positive for diuretics, which is a substance that promotes the production of urine by rejecting any form of water that enters the body. Rule believed that his muscles and veins would pop out even more if he were to dry out his body from H2O. Andreas Munzer. Andreas Munzer is one of the most tragic deaths in bodybuilding history. He never stopped his training, nor did he ever take a break from a very strict diet. Also, he was taking diuretics and other drugs in order to maintain and improve his physique. In March of 1996, Munzer was experiencing severe stomach pains and was admitted to the hospital, and it turned out that he was internally bleeding. Munzer's liver and kidneys shut down and Munzer died. After an autopsy, over 20 different drugs were found in his system. His liver was filled with tumors and his heart was twice the size of an average heart. Arlindo de Souza. Arlindo de Souza, aka The Mountain, is a Brazilian bodybuilder who is famous for his 29-inch fake biceps. Unlike Mustafa Ismail, de Souza admits to using a cocktail of oil and alcohol that he regularly injects into his arms and upper body. Doctors have warned de Souza that if he continues, there is a high possibility of infection, which will result in amputation. However, he has ignored these recommendations and continues to work out with his oil-filled arms. You won't see de Souza in a public gym, however, as he currently works out in a makeshift gym in his yard, which is ironic considering his makeshift muscles. Ziz. Aziz Shavershin, aka Ziz, was a famous young Russian-Australian bodybuilder in the YouTube community. He established a cult following and became a fitness icon in the internet world. His subscribers worshipped him like a god and they believed his gains were all natural. However, during a vacation in Thailand 2011, Ziz suffered a heart attack inside a sauna. He was taken to the hospital, but doctors were not able to revive him. He died at the age of 22 from heart failure, most likely due to substance abuse. His death was announced on his Facebook page, and since then, multiple fan-made tributes have populated YouTube fitness channels.